All right. Thank you. My name is Patel. Thanks for joining the Top Keys. And today I have my good friend Alkesh Patel. Alkesh, welcome to the show.
Thank you, sir.
All right. So let's talk a little bit about how did you get into business? I mean, you came over from India. I'm assuming you came over from India. And when did you get started and why?
Yeah, I came over from India and actually for studies, right? When I came in 1986, September 6, and did my high school, did my college, and business is basically you were raised into it, right? So my sister and my mom, who were already here in Vancouver, Washington, there was 4 Indian families at that time in Vancouver, Washington. So, 20-room motel and a big living quarter, just like everyone else's story. So, you do your school and then you come home, you help out and you learn. So you become an accidental hotelier, but you learn all the trade, So, when you have a big family, we all were working and stuff, and then as entrepreneurs, like, okay, what are the other opportunities, right?
So when did your first acquiring of the hotel was in the 90s, and then how did you get involved in AAHOA?
I didn't acquire the hotel until 1995, but when I was in high school and then in college, I was also working at different, like pizza place, dry cleaners. So I'd grown into, and I had like 10 dry cleaning locations. But during that time, when I remember the Northwest chapter started, Ravi and HP came.
Right.
So Ravi called, and HP was making calls. So Ravi being from Nadia, and he's like, hey, I'm coming. We got to gather people. We need your help. And as a volunteer, and I was still in the college. So I'm like, no problem, So
it's like family coming over.
Family coming over. We got the place. I remember the church. We did a gathering. Everyone gathered, and it was good because at that time Portland didn't know what AAHOA was, right? And they were like inviting us to start a chapter. Everyone came down, and I liked it even though I was not in the hotel, right? Everyone gathered. And then, the AAHOA chapter was formed. The election happened. We had a regional director. So we, as a volunteer, even today we have ambassador program. At that time, without having a title, there were ambassadors who were helping. So that's how I was involved. And then, friends and family had a property. So they invited me to go to this convention.
Right.
So I would attend the convention.
What was your first AAHOA convention?
My first one was, Orlando. Orlando one, yeah.
Okay. And your first regional director was?
I think Bugsy.
Got it.
Bugsy was the first regional at that time because it was basically just, there were 20 people went to the convention, right? And then
20 people from your region.
Correct.
20 people total,
time, right? At the convention, right? And then the region started growing, but Bugsy was the first. And then we had Hitesh, and then after Hitesh, I came.
Right.
And then...
so why did you decide to run for regional director, and why did you decide to run for secretary? Why did you decide? Or treasurer, I don't know which one it was that time.
It's funny because a smaller region that time, it was more of a family and friends, right? So you all were involved. Every one of the event, because I was already volunteered and involved, when the term expired for the regional director, there was, 20, 30 leaders, they'll get together and say, okay, who is the best person to represent us up there? And they would say, okay, this is the person going to go up there.
And Atlanta headquarters, that's where the board meetings were, right?
Exactly, right. So the local leadership, when Hitesh's term was expiring, he's like, look, we got to put Alkesh up there, to represent us. He's been involved, he's been doing everything. So everyone's put my name and said, look, you're going to go represent us, right? So I did that. and that was 2001, I believe, and it was a 3-year term.
Right.
And
Still is.
It still is, right? So it's funny that you got that. And then I think we were going through the changes at that time. Right. So when that insurance program and all that was getting rolled out, and then we were trying to figure out that, okay, continuity was an issue.
Right.
On the leadership, right? That, okay, how do we do it so that at least the chairman can do more work? Because we didn't have we had bylaws and everything, but we didn't like strategic plan or anything.
So we didn't have a strategic plan. We didn't have a full governance model.
Yeah.
We had a small staff.
Exactly.
And that's what you kind of rolled into.
Yeah. So when renewal came, actually that time, I think the whole board said that, okay, at least we'll freeze it for 1 year.
Right.
Until we figure out what that's going to be. So, then technically, you had another 3 years you could run. So I was on the board for another 3 years. And then 2008 is when based on the new strategic plan that we were working on, we got the board elected to do the general, like a debate and voting, rather than having your chairman picked by the board of directors, right?
So phase one, we didn't have a chairman. It was just it was like a committee. Phase two, we had a chairman, but the board kind of selected the next chairman.
Exactly.
And then now we're having elections, and that's when you got involved.
Yeah, the chairman was always there. It was the board was electing, right? Okay. So it would be if it was a 20 board or a 30 board, it would be a board, and then we used to have an executive committee. The change happened was executive committee was gone.
Right.
And then in order for you to be a future chairman, the secretary debate would happen.
Right.
So because we came with this 4-year term, like before, everyone thought that chairman didn't have enough time. So we came with a plan, okay,
right.
You get elected, so as an officer, you have 4 years, so you're getting seasoned, right?
Secretary, treasurer, vice chairman.
Right. Yeah. So 2007 was the first one, which is where I think Thrun got elected in Long Beach. And then 2008, I ran, it was getting an opportunity for multiple people from the board to run. So I ran in 2008, and then 2009, I think 7, 8, and 9 is the 3 years I ran. 2009, I got elected because the general board elected rather than the board, right?
Sure.
But the support was always there from your membership that, hey,
How many members did we have back then? 5,000, 6,000 when you were?
The membership was still strong because Ramesh Surati had rolled that lifetime membership, right? So, at that time when we ran, I think it was, that number was around 12 to 15,000.
Wow. Okay.
So the number was always there, right? And then
so let's talk a little bit about your region. You have an annual golf tournament. It's coming up in a couple of weeks. How did it get started, and what do you suggest for the people that are listening?
How I learned was from IGC. IGC always invited. They did such a great job, right? And that's where
IGC's in LA.
In LA, right? They always raise good money for good causes. And I'd never played golf in my life. And I remember when AAHOA always supported it. We went in there, and I still remember Alan Tellis from La Quinta was with me, Mike Diplomat, Dipen, and myself. And our goal is we got to be able to hit the golf ball like others in the air, right? And it was warm, hot. Alan Tellis was same thing. The good thing they did was they put one guy who could hit the ball. I still remember Manish was there. And he's like, guys, don't worry, enjoy, and you'll be able to hit it, Right. So we did that, and then after 12, 14 holes, we're like, okay, we're done. We've been able to hit a couple balls up in the air. The good thing they did was the IGC board came up with Duffer's Trophy, the worst score trophy, and they gave us a trophy, right? It at least gave me inspiration. So people, when they came, I used to have a regional at a golf tournament.
Right.
At the golf club. Everyone, all of the vendors were like, you have a beautiful golf course. We would love to play golf. So I said, okay, let's start. So I started with a 9-hole charity golf tournament.
Wow.
And we changed it a little bit because Gujarati Samaj had a hall close by to that country club. So we said we can do a golf, 9 holes, and then our trade show, we can do it here, and then the evening dinner and program will do it at the Samaj, so everyone benefits.
Right.
That's how it started. First 9-hole, first
How
couple
much
of years.
you raised that first year? What year was it? Do you remember? how much
Boy, I don't remember the year, but the 9-hole went on a couple of years. You know, we started raising maybe like $10,000. You
Right.
know, because at that time,
That's a lot of money at that time. Yeah.
right? And the purpose was we want to start something, and then we'll keep working on it. You know.
So now we're raising close to 100,000.
Yeah,
We've got
I
selected
don't
charities.
remember in past 10 years we have raised less than 100,000.
So the rest of your AAHOA journey, what are you most proud of when you served as Secretary Treasurer, Vice Chairman, Chairman? What are you proud of on your journey? And what's your advice to people who are thinking about joining AAHOA or joining the board?
I think the most proudful moments are meeting all these new people for me, and I mean I had great team with me. I mean CK was ahead of me. Then you have Hemant, and then you had Tarun also ahead of me. I mean it was whenever you travel, you were all welcomed. We at that time we always liked to stay at the independent hoteliers property because
Right.
when you
Member
travel,
property.
you've been there, right?
Yeah.
It's like 5 days at that time, like town hall regionals. You were on the road, and
we shared
eating-
rooms.
Yeah, shared rooms, and they eating the outside food, and having that meal and the morning tea and theplas and all that. That was most memorable for me, Hemant, CK, anyone you can name it, The other thing was that when every one of these regionals and the events we did, even campaigning, right? You went campaign, you met a lot of people because you had to do it just like any senator, congressman do it, right?
Sure.
You went in the smaller pockets.
Meet the members, meet
The
constituents,
members, you
find
got
out
to
what's
bring
going
them,
on.
you got to tell them your story, and you got to hear their problems and try to find solution.
Right.
With me coming in as an officer from 2008, which was we were starting to hit the worst time, right? And through 12, 13, when it started going up.
It's the Great Recession you're referring to.
Exactly. I think we went through depression, but nobody will talk about that. Our members gone through so much,
Right.
Especially first generation, because all our members did a handshake deals, right?
Yep.
I remember our deals were like, you go buy a property, you put in a $500,000, everyone put in 100,000. Well, when the property needed 100,000, nobody did cash call. Evening they talked and said, look, I'm short. The one guy's like, okay, I'm going to put it when property makes money, we'll do it.
Right.
But when the worst time came, a lot of people had health issues and stuff. The kids came on, the game changed.
Right.
Because when you have the other generation came in, they will only, whatever is returned, they will follow by that, right? And a lot of partnership having started to have problems, So we had to talk to everyone, try to resolve. And then that's when we started discussing having that everyone needs to start having their trust. They need to have a plan.
Operating
They
agreement.
need to have, if you're going to grow strategically. So that way, if any of the family or friends have a partnership and someone dies or someone doesn't want to be part of it, and if the wife can't be part of that and they need the money,
Sure.
You need to start doing the structure so the buyout happens rather than you have to go and sell the property and the fight happens is because someone might not have a cash to buy out, and then at that time the property value might be so low that they feel that they got the worst part of a deal, even though at that time it was really fair, right?
So thanks for sharing your story. What are your hopes and dreams, aspirations for the future of AAHOA?
I mean, look, I think AAHOA's future is solid. You've seen the growth. It has been going up, right? And you see our second and third generations coming in. We got to think outside the box and provide them the platform to grow with what's out there now, right?
Right.
We can't, I kept saying to everyone that we have to give them resources to manage people and manage assets. Because every one of them has looked at us working 24/7,
Right.
right? And the social life for us and the professional life was for us was like AAHOA weddings and all that, right? That mindset has to change. If they start managing their assets, they start managing people, they will have the freedom and stuff.
Right.
You know?
So AAHOA is the platform and the resources.
Absolutely.
So if anybody wants to get in contact with you, how would they get in contact with you?
I mean, on a AAHOA site, you know, on a past chairman 2012-13, based in Vancouver, Washington, 40 years with Evergreen Hospitality. Anyone who wants to be able to come down or anytime I'm available, you know, info@evergreenhdg.com, drop an email and I'll be happy to, connect with anyone.
All right, well, Alkesh bhai, thanks for joining us. I hope you join us again.
All right, thank you. I
Thank you.
appreciate it. All right.